Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Calta and Kelly YouTube page. We got some great shows awaiting you right now. It's just a click of the button away. We got Colin Quinn. We got Shane Gillis. We got Rich Voss, Keith Robinson, Dan Soder. So many great names. But before you go and check out the page, we need you to do something. Subscribe. Hit that button. Subscribe and like. Hit those buttons. Just boom, it's right down. Use your finger, your mouse, your stylus. If you're using a stylus, you're a douche. But anyways, use your stylus if you have to. But we need you to hit that button for us. All right, so go. There it is. Now enjoy the show.
They're number one best friends, almost 1,000 pounds of funny. They're here to entertain you, not because Bobby needs the money. In this place you'll laugh right down from your belly. So get in here, you half a queer. It's time for Calta and Kelly.
That's for you. Hi.
Ho, 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 ho. Son of Sato.
Son of Sato is here. Mike, you are the man who discovered my true identity.
Oh, ho, ho.
My father was beaten in Okinawa 25 years ago. But today, you have revealed my secret on this podcast. And I am here to say I challenge you to a duel.
Hey.
Hey!
Hey.
Sato!
Sato. Hey. Listen, I don't do any good impressions, but I fucking nail Sato.
Let me tell you something right now. This is one of the things my wife almost divorced me over.
Now, is that even a hat?
This is my summer hiking hat I bought.
Fuck that.
Come on.
Fuck that.
Dude, this is my summer hiking hat.
Anybody that wears that or those bamboo Asian hats, I'm over it.
Dude, look at this. This is it right here. Look at this. It's beautiful.
No, beautiful. No, you look like a bottle of ketchup.
Mike, this is my summer. I'm going to wear it in the yard when I do and when I hike, I go bushcraft party boy. I'm going to be wearing my hat, my Chinese, what do they call this? A shade hat? Mike, what do they call these?
Mike's
off, you mush.
All right, coolie cap.
A what?
Coolie.
Coolie. It goes on your coolie. You're supposed
That's
to
right. Oh, I think it says it right there. What a fucking moron I am. It says it on my hat. Are you just reading my hat, you motherfucker?
No, that's what they're called.
The hat's
That's right.
Kavu.
I got this straight from Corona Village. Right here. And they have the new one that goes all the way around and it comes down with a lightly veiled lace to keep you from getting corona.
You look like a cheap firework.
I look like a fat arrow.
You're a pharaoh. Hi.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. This hat, I got this hat. I saw it. I bought it. I put it on. My wife walked in the kitchen and literally went, ugh, and walked back out of the bedroom. She goes, you'll never wear that with me.
Right.
I'll never. And I go, this is a fucking great hat. This hat's fucking amazing. What are you talking about?
You do realize that that's not a great hat. I mean, like, it might be great if you're really hiking by yourself or with other hikers.
If the wind
afraid to wear dumb stuff. What is that?
If the wind comes, I can just point my head down and shoot through it like aerodynamic.
Oh.
Yeah?
You look like a blue penis. Which is about what mine looks like after 3 weeks of quarantine.
Oh, yeah. I love this hat. I'm going to get you one, actually. We're both going to wear these. We're both going to go to what?
I assure you I'm never going to wear that hat.
You would never wear this hat.
No.
Why? Be different. Be on the edge.
Yeah. Right? Maybe when your father comes to visit, I'll put it on. Just show respect to his people.
I got glasses to match, too. Look at these. I look fucking... Dude, I look like a warrior. A fucking warrior.
You look like a dishwasher from Woolhop.
Dude, I'm a fucking warrior. This is badass. Look at me, dude. If you saw me walking down the street, you'd be like, that guy is fucking interesting.
I would think that guy's retarded, and they put that soft hat on his head so he doesn't bump into anything.
Dude, that is let me tell you something. This is my new thing. I'm just going to be me. Be me. That's my new thing.
I'm not against you wearing it.
What does that mean?
Like, that's fine. It's not that I won't be your friend because you have a dumb hat.
I don't have a fucking dumb hat. This is not a dumb hat. This is a, what's it called again, Mike?
Coolie.
A coolie. This is a coolie. It keeps you coolie.
Mm-hmm.
This is what the people wear on the rice paddies.
Yeah, that's where it belongs. When you have to sit in the sun of Vietnam,
just put my
in the murky waters. I
can literally crouch down and hide.
Guess what? You fat mushroom, I can still see you.
You call me a fat mushroom?
That's exactly what you look like.
I'm a shiitake.
You better watch out. Super Mario's coming.
Doop, 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 bing, bing, bing.
Better be a fucking coin come out of your ass if I punch you in the head.
You put a question mark on my tits.
Ooh, is that same drink? Coconut milk iced coffee?
This is coconut cream. My third one. My third one. This is the best coffee to have is percolated coffee. And that's what I have. And here he comes right now. Our special guest of the night. I'm very excited.
Are you embarrassed to wear that hat in front of your friend?
No, you and him are both telling me. He said that my great grandmother got raped on the Khyber Pass.
By a fat mushroom.
He said I also look like something you'd get at the Hawaiian airport when you're leaving in the gift shop.
Yes. You're the thing that made the Bradys have such a bad vacation.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sarah wants to know if your coffee is decaffeinated.
This coffee is not decaffeinated.
Clearly not.
We got hey, buddy, push the video button so your video works.
Yeah, wait till you see this.
Well, my video's not working?
No, your video's not working. Just hit the little camera icon.
Turn it both off.
Hey.
Hey.
Here we go.
Bobby, help your old white friend to get the technology. And
turn your phone sideways.
I did turn it sideways.
Oh, good. Now hit the camera button. There you go.
There you go.
The great Colin Quinn.
Wait
what? You're in.
I'd have my intro.
That's great. What's up? Hello, Colin Quinn.
Hi, guys.
What do you got? Ready. You ready?
I don't have a Mossberg. I have a New York City Mossberg.
Yeah, well, I got one of these. A fucking smack, and then I got a whole big thing of knives over here. Very excited about.
Look at the name of this company.
What's it called?
Oh, Colin's Axe.
Oh, Colin's. You know, it's so funny because I have one of those, but I have one. Let me take my. Oh shit!
Jesus Christ!
Hang on.
It's like when your old aunt goes out in the rain.
Yes.
Hi, Mike.
How are you, buddy?
Huh?
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Look at this.
Medieval. I like medieval things.
Fucking custom axes I had made.
I love them.
Woo! This is a plum. This is a Collins from the 30s. This is from the 30s too. I had them redone. A blacksmith I know who made my knives.
Wow.
Actually,
who knows a blacksmith in 2020?
Wait till
that's right.
You'll love this.
Only Bob.
Only
Bob knows a blacksmith.
You got anybody that makes candles?
This. I can't hear you because I don't have my headphones on. But you're probably saying something very mean.
You look fat.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that custom grind.
That's legit.
I love it.
Nobody's
I love
fucking coming in me. I'm ready for the fucking zombies, man.
Yes.
I'm ready
You
for
said
the fucking zombies. I got the fucking. I got music. I got comedy. I'm ready to fucking go. Salducci. I got my knife.
I love the guy that would try to break into your house. The next day he's got to tell his friends that the guy hit him in the head with a
We
fucking
got Colin Quinn's greatest creation. Right here. Colin Quinn's, one of Colin Quinn's greatest creations right there. Sister Ping. Now I have questions for you, Quinn.
All right. So you said
I have questions for you.
But let me ask you this.
Yes.
Who you said that axe got made by Owen Smith?
No, not Owen Smith.
What'd you say?
It got made by a friend of mine. He's not Owen Smith. His name is Matthew. Here.
What is he?
He made this knife too. He's a blacksmith out of Cape.
Yeah, that's what you said. That's why I said Owen Smith, a blacksmith.
Oh my God. Woo! You're bringing the funny tonight, Mike. Mike.
On the board.
Well, I mean, I give you 1.5. I mean, I was fucking thought I was bringing the funny with my, what's it called again, Mike?
Coolie.
A coolie. But this fucking thing.
A coolie.
It's called a coolie. It's all tangled now.
Yeah.
How do Chinese people wear these with headphones in the rice fields?
Can I? Oh, he can't hear me, can he?
Hang on. There you go. Hello.
Can you hear me?
That's why Mike knew what it was. Because it's an Asian campesino.
We're gonna go through this whole podcast, and we're not talking about Corona once. That's the goal. All right.
Got it.
No Corona.
Okay.
If you mention Corona or anything with Corona, you have to take an article of clothes off.
Whoa.
All right.
All right.
That's my rule.
Got it.
Okay. Now I did this before with Greg Stone, and he wound up being completely naked. we did a thing where you can't swear.
You think he did that?
The guy wound up.
You think he did that? You think he might have done that deliberately?
Yeah, I think. You know what? I never thought of that.
Why is this taking you so long?
Damn fucking headphones are tangled in my coolie.
I like the fact that Mike Calta's getting annoyed.
He's fucking 15 minutes. He's detangling his headphones. Those 1987 Delta Airlines headphones he still has. I'm dying to show you my weapon.
Wait. I gotta. Go ahead. Show the weapon. Go ahead.
The only use for this fucking thing that Colin suggested.
What? The best.
Oh, that's a great book.
Fuck both of you.
What?
Okay.
I read this much and then I want to kill myself.
When did you read it?
I've tried to read it like for the last year. And then I even went, all right, I'll get the audio version. Maybe that'll help. 10 minutes and I was asleep.
Now, you got to look at it this way. All right. Think about it in terms of the character. Now, do you like New Orleans? Doesn't matter. I don't even like New Orleans.
All right.
But think of the character in terms of like Patrice. He had a little bit of a Patrice personality to him.
Yes.
That will help.
I will start it over.
What, he couldn't put a yoo-hoo and a fucking honey bun down?
No, he couldn't.
I ever tell you that time we're driving back for an Opie and Anthony gig. We have to stop every fucking 20 minutes for him to piss because of his diabetes. We stop at a gas station. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? We stop. I come out. I go to the bathroom. I come out. He's got a yoo-hoo and a fucking honey bun with a bite. I slapped it out of his hand. Like, we're never going to make it home.
Yeah. Yeah. He was, he said, I can't stop. He wouldn't stop.
I know. I mean, look, I know more than anybody, but.
It's crazy.
What now? That book, he gave me the same fucking. I couldn't get through it 1 second, Quinn.
I heard him
and I fell asleep. I read the same 3 pages for a month. I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
Hey, It's not for everybody. Me and Mushy Mike enjoy it.
No, listen, look, Mushy, you read that book?
Yeah.
Look at this. This is my summer hat. This is my hiking hat. You like it?
Yeah, you look like, what's her name? You know, those two Hampton sisters that lived out there. You know,
Grey Gardens?
yes.
Grey Gardens, one of the best documentaries ever.
Nice.
Oh, I love being out there. We have to feed the cats. Oh, she's inside. She's having, where are you? Oh, it's the best. No, I'm wearing this because Mike said that my father was Sato from Karate Kid 2. Bring him up, Mike. This is he goes, my real father is this guy right there.
Oh, yeah.
Aye.
I remember he had a long-standing grudge against Mr. What's his face? You know,
Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went back. I remember that one.
Who?
Bobby.
They went back a long way.
He disrespected my father. Mr. Miyagi in the war could have saved him, but did not, and a woman got in the way. Most friendships end because of women. Hi.
Colin, if that's your favorite book, what's your favorite movie?
Karate Kid 2. My favorite movie is Taxi Driver.
All right, get it out of there, Mike. Taxi Driver is your favorite movie.
Makes sense.
Why does it make sense? Because he's crazy.
Ticking down. Time is just ticking away.
You're going to see Colin in the crowd with a fucking army coat on?
With a fucking axe.
My favorite scene is when he goes, you know, I've learned more from people in cabs. And he goes, oh, yeah? He's like, he knows the guy's full of shit, sort of. Oh, yeah? He's so angry. He's so quietly angry. And they call him God's lonely man.
Yeah.
Who knows the plot to the Karate Kid 2? Fucking Quinn wails out the plot.
Sure. Well, they go over there, you know, I forget why they went over there, Miyagi, but he has that girl, like you said, back from the old days. Mr. Miyagi's getting back together with her. And then, you know, Ralph Macchio meets some nice Japanese girl, but of course the local guys don't like her going out with an American, a white guy.
Of course.
So that turns into an incident, you know.
You reverse that, and it's a bunch of skinheads racists. You do it over there, and it's fucking perfectly fine because it's history, and you're fucking with the traditions.
Sure.
Why did he go back? Somebody was dying, I think. Isn't that why he went back over there?
Oh, maybe.
My brother has the best reference. My brother can sing the song that Mr. Miyagi sang in Karate Kid 1 when he gets drunk. Every once in a while, my brother will get drunk and he'll just come in and he'll be like, oh, nai, okay, oh, no. And then when I watched the movie and I was like, he got the fucking words right. That's a real word. Yeah.
What a great talent.
That is great.
Yeah.
That's a great skill.
When I grew up was when all the karate movies started in the 70s. So I saw all that Bruce Lee stuff in movie theaters when it came out.
Yeah.
And let's put it this way. You didn't hear a lot of dialogue with the rest of the audience there. Let's put it that
way. That's crazy. You saw a Bruce Lee movie in the theaters.
Yeah. I saw them all in the theaters.
Where did you grow up?
Brooklyn.
Okay, so it was the same thing on Staten Island. We had the theaters that were just one movie theater, and they would show kung fu movies, and then they would show like old black and white, like Laurel and Hardy and the Bowery Boys and all that stuff. So I saw all that stuff by the time I was 10.
And not only did you see it, but it influenced the only reason the great seminal Staten Island band, the Wu-Tang Clan, they saw all those movies. That's what their whole career is based on.
This is true. I was one zip code away, and I never heard of Wu-Tang Clan until I moved to Florida.
Where were you from? South Beach?
New York.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right on the other side of Millerfield. We were right on there.
New Dorp.
That's the worst name for a fucking city, by the way.
Yeah, New Dorp.
You don't realize that till you move and you say that to somebody who's never heard it before, and you go, "Oh, that is pretty fucking stupid."
Yeah, they say, "Welcome to New Dorp. Relax."
Picture if you stayed in New Dorp, you would have been in the fucking.
I would have been a sanitation worker.
No, you wouldn't.
Sure. Yeah, I'd have had a no-show job, but I would have been a sanitation worker for sure.
Yeah.
Staten Island has fresh kills, great kills, all these great names. I lived in
New Springville. Yeah.
Yeah, New Springville.
Yeah. And the Irish lived in Port Richmond. I went to a couple of things. I have a couple of incidences that happened to me in Staten Island during my travels as a teenager.
Yeah.
One time, this girl's father lent me his car. I didn't have a driver's license. I was like 17, 18. He didn't realize he was doing it, but his daughter, and we're going down to Snoopy's. Do you remember Snoopy's?
No.
It was called The Factory.
Okay.
Anyway,
I know what you're talking about.
It was a big rock club. We go to Snoopy's, drive back. But I get home. I'm so drunk, all the way back to Tottenville. I'm so drunk. I barely know how to drive. I don't have one accident the whole way back. We're pulling in. She's got a house with a white picket fence. I'm pulling in 3 a.m, dead quiet. I'm in the driveway. 3 a.m, the whole neighborhood's quiet. I'm driving 5 miles an hour, but I hear a little sound like the whole way I'm pulling in. I'm going, oh, that's a weird sound. I hope it doesn't wake them up. I took down the whole fence. The guy comes out. The guy chases me with a bat. I have to go sleep at the last train because Staten Island trains closed at midnight at that time. I had to sleep freezing cold in the subway. I had to sleep on the subway, like basic platform, for like 4 hours, 3 hours until the first train came.
That's hilarious.
I had to do that my first time. First of all, I just want to tell you, Mike called me a fat mushroom.
That's what you love.
Nice.
I remember me and Frankie Policastro, one of my good friends back in the day when I was getting into a lot of trouble. He was like the Fonzie, but Italian, but blonde hair, right? And
Frankie the Blonde.
I remember one day I was sitting there where we were sitting there watching cartoons, fucking stoned out of our minds, and he's just fucking giggling. And I finally look over, what are you giggling at? And I looked, I was on fire. I had my hoodie on. He was pouring lighter fluid on me for fucking 10 minutes. He lit me on fire, and he was just looking, what the fuck? He was just dying laughing as I'm running in the house. That's why, like, these kids that grow up and they fucking fall off a swing set and there's 9 parents around them. At 13, I was getting lit on fire by Frankie Policastro.
Right.
So I remember I met this girl at a Bruins game, Old Garden. They used to have like tunnels. It was like a rounded tunnel. It was fucking crazy. And I met this girl in between periods or something, and I wound up getting her phone number. And she's, I mean, smoking hot Jewish princess from Sharon, Massachusetts. Middle of the winter, me and Frankie take a train out there. During the day, her parents are gone. We go over there. We're messing around. The blonde, he's messing around with the blonde. I'm messing around with what's her name. And she wants to have sex, but I don't know. I know I'm supposed to protect you protect yourself with the Trojan, but I don't have Trojans. She got me a little tiny blue balloon. I guess they had a birthday party, so these little balloons. So I put it only fit over the head of my penis.
Like your hat.
Yeah. So I remember I put it on my penis, the top of my penis, and I started pushing it in, and I pulled my penis. I was just gone. I panicked.
Oh.
I was like, I got to go. Because I thought I killed her. I thought, I didn't know. I thought balloon was just going to deteriorate, give her some type of infection. Her father was like some cop in town. We had to leave her house in the middle of the night, wintertime, Boston, fucking sub-zeros by a lake. I remember walking for like an hour. We broke into a car thinking we would just take wires out and connect them like we saw on TV, but you can't fucking just stealing cars. It wasn't the 60s, you know what I mean? Cars were different. We were just unplugging lights and shit or something. Then we tried to crawl into, it was so cold, we tried to crawl into a fucking Salvation Army clothes bin. But we couldn't get through the thing, right? So then we went into a gas station and we went into the bathroom and we sat there for hours under the hand warmer. And we kept warming our hands up and then our feet because it was so cold. And then we had to take the train home in the morning. One of the worst and best nights of my life.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be a great homeless guy.
Homeless, you know, it's funny. I was homeless for a week.
Where?
In Boston. I was the first time I got arrested, I went to jail, got out, and all right with this fuck. I went to jail, got out, and then I went to Ben Salem, Pennsylvania. My mother and stepfather and my sister had moved there, right? I was there a week, and I wanted to kill myself. It was all townhouses. Everybody had the same house. It was all brand new. I remember I got into a fight with the kid at a park, and I fucking broke his arm. Not knowing that all his brothers were on the wrestling and football team.
Oh.
Within 8 seconds, there was a team of, it looked like the Von Erichs from wrestling. You remember them?
But 9 Germans.
Mike, bring up the Von Erichs from wrestling. I'm like, what the fuck? We're in the middle of the park. Luckily, this chick I was dating, Denise Cantino, there they are. Right over to the first one. Yeah, those guys fucking showed up.
Look at those
right?
mutts.
Oh, man, it was a fucking nightmare. They showed up. That's all right, Mike. Click out of it. We get the gist. Thanks, buddy. Showed up. She swings up with her mom in the car. And she's like, get in. They're from Brooklyn, living in Ben Salem. Get in.
Mm-hmm.
I jump in the car. They save my fucking life. My parents leave a week later. I'm back literally for a half hour. I take off. I'm gone. I just left because I couldn't go back. I was so scared I was going to get fucking murdered by these Von Erichs.
Von Erichs.
I took off. I was homeless for a week, living on park benches, sleeping in people's basements.
That's why you're so comfortable in the shed.
This shed, I would love to have this shed back then. Dude, sleeping in somebody's basement back in the fucking 80s. Do you know how fucked up that was? Just shivering in a corner. Just dust. You wake up every day like fucking that asshole from Charlie Brown. And I remember I got arrested. I got beat up. I think it was like 2 weeks later. I got my ass kicked in the Somerville Projects. Me and Frankie got beat up so bad. And then we wound up, he went to the hospital. I went to visit him. Cop comes in, the first guy to ever arrest me, looks in the room. He goes, Kelly, let's go. And I was like, fuck me. I walked out. We're walking to the car. He goes, what the fuck are you kicking a vending machine for? If you know there's a warrant out for you. I was like, I didn't kick a vending machine. He goes, I got the wrong guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't even looking for me. Back to jail. Bing, bang, boom. Fucking nightmare. Homeless for a week. It was kind of freeing though, not to have to answer to anybody. It just sucked. You know when it sucked?
When you had a shit?
No, shitting was fucking. I just go to the fucking, Dunkin' Donuts or go to the deli and take a shit. I'll tell you when it sucked. When all your friends who had homes were like, all right, dude, you going to be good? Yeah, I'm good. You sure? It was like Pony Boy and fucking Johnny. Gonna be good. I'll be good. Just sitting on a bench, pulling your fucking dungaree jacket close.
Oh.
And then around 2 or 3 in the morning, nobody's coming back. They're in bed, and you're just sitting on a bench, and you're just shivering, waiting for the sun to come up. Oh, sucked.
No Tonight Show.
No Tonight Show. Like if you stayed in Staten Island, you would have been a member of the Practical Jokers and Practical Jokers.
That's right. The other day I was on a group chat with my buddies from Staten Island. And I go, we're fucking 6 minutes away from being the Impractical Jokers. If we weren't such assholes, we probably could have pulled it off.
Now, did you go to high school out there?
Yeah, I moved to Florida after high school.
Where'd you go, McClancy?
I went to St. Joseph by the sea.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Not just St. Joseph's, by the fucking
St. Joseph by the sea.
That's another thing you don't realize how weird it is to say until you say it to somebody who's never heard of it before. Right. By the sea? You went to school by the fucking sea?
Yeah.
By the dirty ocean.
Until they see the bodies floating by in that sea in Staten Island.
Yeah. You know what's so funny is that I was reading Artie Lang's book, the first one, and he was talking about having to drop money off to a collection guy, and I'm 90% sure he's talking about my father. And I showed my father a picture of Artie, and he's like, yeah, you know, he looks a lot like a lot of guys. And I said, yeah. And then I showed my Artie a picture of my father, and he goes, hey, he looks familiar. You know, I'm 90% sure everything he described sounds just like my father.
Oh, that's great.
Isn't that hilarious?
That's hilarious.
I remember doing Staten Island College. When I first started getting colleges in Manhattan, they'd always send you out on the fucking ferry over to the bus, up that stupid hill, all the way to the school. And then you'd have to do the gig was the worst gig ever. It was fucking just in the middle of the day. Nobody gives a shit. I remember I was doing a gig there, middle of the day, Staten Island College, during tests. So I was on stage, and kid looked up. He goes, shh. He literally goes, shh. Dude, do you mind? I go, do I mind? Do I fucking? I mean, I was like, go to the library. This is the cafeteria. What's the worst college gig you ever did, Quinn?
College gig? I mean, I did a couple of. I did an outdoor gig once. That was, you know, and I was cocky. Well, I'll tell you, you were at the worst gig as far as financially.
Oh my God! Well, yeah, I think I told Michael. But yes, the best. The best.
That was a gig because the background of that gig is I was doing colleges at that time, and I was doing great, making money, going to the college. People knew who I was, but I got greedy. I said, I'll go do that conference where all the college kids get together. Then I'll really score some big money. I got greedy. I show up at the concert. I show up at the conference, middle of the afternoon. I'm on between like Lewis Black and Dane Cook. This is 1999. These two are killers.
I was there.
Bob will tell you.
I was there.
Bob is watching.
Dude, I'm in the crowd. Listen to me, dude. I'm in the crowd. 3,000 fucking people. They have two Trinitrons on each side. That's how big it is.
Mike, 3,000 people with big pocketbooks to pay you big money to do colleges too.
Right.
Big. I mean, dude, this is the big one. This is back then. If you get this gig, you could become a millionaire. You could. Yeah. I mean, at least a high thousand. You're making fucking money.
Right. Yeah.
Dude, I remember I was sitting there. Colin was there. I was so excited. I was like, oh, my God. I was there. Dane was
hanging out beforehand.
We're hanging out. He's wearing a fucking – this is when Colin was, I'll say it, a little fat. It was one of his – I think it was his fourth fat in life. Maybe fourth fat. Wearing a purple suit. He looks like a manager.
Right.
I mean, I don't know where the purple suit is. He goes on stage, buddy. I've never seen anything like it. He bombs, and the worst part is if he just bombed without the big screens, with a close-up of his face. And I just remember he turned in the middle of a bomb, and a bead of sweat went down and rolled over 3 of his neck rolls. And I heard a girl go, ooh. Ooh.
And it was, I literally saw in the middle of my set, I had an experience where I saw that cartoon of you ever see a cartoon where the dollars are flying with wings away? I swear to God, that's what came to my mind.
Yeah,
I go on there, I bomb. So then afterwards, what they do is these conferences is you have a booth, and then people come to your booth if they want to book you. So you have to go stand at your booth. I'm standing at my booth. Dane Cook was just starting to take off. It's probably 1999, 1998, whatever it was. Dane Cook just starting to take off. He's got 40 people lined up at his booth. Lewis Black he went on right before me, Lewis Black. He's got like 17 people lined up.
Murdered.
Mm.
I got 0 people at my booth. No, nobody. And I'm the most famous one. 0. It's me and the girl working the booth, and we're both like this. She's looking at me like yeah. And I still had to stand there, you know.
Why do you think you bomb? Why did you bomb so bad?
Because I'm touch and go anyway.
Yeah.
But I came out and make mistake number one. I make some inside reference, like I'm like, yeah, blah blah blah, and I'm making some inside riff. Nobody wants to see these kids. They're 19. They're from Nebraska. They just want to get drunk. They want to have a few laughs. They want somebody up there going, hey, and I'm up there like riffing, like I'm hanging out at the table at like 9:30 at night. It's just everybody knows each other. Like I'm just riffing, whatever. And so already I'm in deep trouble. Then I start bumming on that. So then I reference that silence. Now you're in a hole. It's really.
I'm laughing hysterically. I'm literally fucking holding my chest. At one point, when he went like this, hey folks, I don't know what you expect. I don't know what you
yeah. And I just saw the money. So all the colleges that if I had never done that gig, I would have got booked at colleges just for being who I was. So I lost. I didn't just not get money from that gig. I lost all the potential money I would have got. Because these kids are sitting there that night going, I'll tell you, Willie sucked. Colin Quinn. I just fucking book him for my college. That gig cost me a lot of money.
What about
the worst?
What about during remote control years? Were you all over college?
Oh, I would go to college in remote control, and I was, I'd been doing stand-up for like 3 or 4 years. So all my act was like, hey, you ever get off at 72nd Street on the 2 train? And it didn't matter. They were so happy to see me. I would do an hour. They didn't give a shit. They'd be laughing like, he's doing jokes. Then they would just line up. I would have to sign autographs for 2.5 hours after the show.
Wow.
That's when I was in college, was 8 and 9, and we would sit around and watching. One of my fraternity brothers was on the show one time, and
yep. And that's all I get. I would just insult the kids in the crowd, like the guys, and then the girls be like, "Oh, everybody's so happy." And I would just go. Even little kids they'd bring little kids to the show, like 8-year-old kids. So I just busted balls on everybody and just do that. And it was the best. It was the closest I came to like that kind of like heat where you could sell out like 1,000 seats. Or I would go to obscure Northwest Missouri State and just a line around the block at this college and doing the gymnasiums and shit. Yeah. It was a breeze. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Fucking yeah.
What was the chick factor like back then?
Hang on 1 second. You ready? I got you. This is the best right here. You ready? This is the fucking best. Here we go. You ready? Share this, baby. One of my favorite.
Oh no. So good.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, look at that.
You dress like a hooligan. You dress like you're gonna fucking kill people.
Everybody says I look like Christian Bale in The Fighter.
Oh my god! Wait a second. That's fucking true.
That's hilarious.
And that was in Miami, Mike.
Oh, that's great.
But that was after MTV. That was like MTV was over.
What year was that? 'Cause I lived in Miami.
92.
Yeah, I was in Miami at that time. That's so funny.
I was in Miami, yeah.
I probably couldn't afford it.
This is my favorite part of the whole fucking thing. This is how cocky Colin Quinn is. HBO special, 1992. This fucker does this. Ready?
Yeah.
Watch this. Who does he? Who the fuck sits down? What?
Oh, that's great.
Oh God.
Who he takes a pack of cigarettes out on his special. This is an HBO special. He takes a pack of cigarettes out and he sits down on the edge. The camera guy must be like, what's this cocksucker doing? What the fuck is that? He's not supposed to sit down. Oh, dude. That's a funny joke though. What a great fucking joke that is.
Oh my God. That was crazy. I'm sitting there. Oh yeah, but that was after. That was like I was still cocky from the MTV years then.
Yeah.
But that was the beginning. After that, I couldn't get anything because I've told you this 100 times. But I would do right before that. I was off MTV, so I lived in LA. So all these networks start bringing me in for their shows.
Right.
So I'm thinking like a comedian.
Yeah.
I think our world is the only world that matters.
Yeah.
So they're bringing me in, and they're going, "You're going to meet with the producers." So I think, the producers aren't the writers, but the producers are the writers of sitcoms,
Right. Yeah.
I go in. What do you think of the script? I'm smoking every meeting. I go, it's not funny, it's hacky, but me and my friends will fix it, if we decide to do a show, What? It's not funny. I don't know these guys wrote it. I think they're just the producers. They asked me what I think of the show. I'm giving my honest opinion. It's like a stupid show, but we can fix it for you. It happened about 4 times before my agent and me finally figured out, hey, he goes, those are the producers. Because I would say, what do they think? They hate you. I was like, what? I was like, you ever see that sketch with John Lovitz and Phil Hartman? He goes, what do the people say? They hate you, Johnny. And he's like, but what's the word on the street? The word on the street, they don't like it. And that was me. And it was just, by then I was dead for years.
What was the worst college gig you ever did besides the one you told us about? What was that one you're going to tell us?
I mean, the worst college gig was I was doing colleges. Everything was fine. Well, there were 2. One was in, I guess, like upstate, but it wasn't it wasn't Delhi. But it was an upstate college where it was parents' weekend. Oh. And it was, and I just come from a gig the night before and killed. And I had to do parents' weekend. So I'm fine, I go to parents' weekend. I go on stage. It's you can see it's one of those spaces where you're either going to kill or bomb. Like I knew that going in there. I go, this is one of these. It was set up so it was like a half a gym, giant ceilings, and they'd had somebody else the year before who killed, like just a real jokes. It was a real jokesmith place. Like you wanted to get up there and have your jokes and go, this is what I do.
Right.
So I wasn't about that, obviously. So I'm up there. And I just start trying to be clean and trying to work. And I was killed the night before, but it was much different crowd. It was all kids. It was another college in Minnesota. And I was just like, I just knew it was just, it was a bad night. And just looking out and you see angry parents, sad kids. Like when you can make, when you can make freshmen in colleges, kids feel uncomfortable, like without even talking to them and working it. And it was just such an ugly, ugly gig. And I left, almost no applause. And you know how it is. When you're bombing, you do 30 and it feels like an hour, not just to you, to the audience. It feels like 2 hours. And I just go off stage and the girl wouldn't even look at me. Usually they're like, yeah, we take pictures. We did like the press. They were supposed to interview me and do stuff after the show. They didn't even bother. She hands me the envelope. She won't even look me in the eye. She was so disgusted.
It's bad. I had one where I had to do, I think it was a high school.
Ooh.
And I don't know what I was thinking with my act, especially back when I was young. My whole act. Remember I used to fuck the stool. That was like my cloak. Right. And I remember being up on stage. And around 20 minutes in, the lady just came behind me. I'm sitting there with the mic. She came behind me and just grabbed the mic. She goes, give it up for Robert Kelly, everybody. Well, popcorn is ready and the hot dogs are ready and the movie's going to start in around 10 minutes. Yeah. She held me back.
Yeah.
Oh, woo! That's awesome.
Yeah. It's a tough one. I feel like those gigs, though, I'm so glad that they're over.
But here's what nobody talks about. Colleges aren't allowed to use the college theater for gigs.
Why?
I don't know. I forget there's a legal reason they're not allowed to use them for actual show. So all those shows at college theaters are not booked through the college. So you end up doing these gymnasiums or cafeterias, which suck for comedy. A gymnasium sucks. I don't care if it's I don't care if somebody kills. It's still a weird, it's just an uncomfortable forced energy. I saw Rodney Dangerfield at Stony Brook in 1979. And even Rodney Dangerfield, who's hilarious, it was touch and go.
Yeah.
It's not meant for comedy. Comedy should be in a nice, enclosed, low-ceiling place.
Colleges back then weren't. I mean, we did it because I call it being a whore. I was a prostitute because you can't turn down that money, man. They're offering you $5G, $10G to do, even $1,000. It was you just like, yeah, whatever you want.
I would never today. I would never. Not that they would even want me, but I would never do a college, a gymnasium, any of those gigs, unless they offered me a certain amount of money. Then I go, you know what? I can make this work. And then I do it.
I remember one of my first gigs was with the famous KWR superstar, Keith Robinson.
Yes.
And Matt Frost, who's still my agent today, by the way. I am his only client that has never left him. And every manager I've ever had has tried to get me to leave him too. And I was like, I'd always be like, yeah, he's not really, I get it, but he's the only one kind of making me money right now. So
yeah.
You want me to leave him because he's not, you don't like the way he works? What? Right. Anyways, he books me. You understand, Matt Frost saw my acting reel in Boston and called me and said, I love your acting. If you ever move to New York, I'd like to represent you. He was just working as an assistant for Barry Katz. Right. And he started booking colleges was his thing. Okay. Right. And he brought me into Barry Katz when Barry Katz had Dave Chappelle, Jay Moore, Dane Cook, Patrice O'Neill, Billy Burr, Wanda Sykes, Jim Gaffigan, Dave Attell. Literally every comic you know and love, Barry Katz had them all at the same time in one time of life. And he brought me in and he started getting me these college gigs. And Keith Robinson was with him too. So we go to do this gig. We're going to drive like 6 hours. I remember we were in traffic in Philly because Keith made me take a train to Philly. And then we got in the car. We're in traffic. I had to pee. He made me pee in traffic. So I had to jump out of the car on the highway, pee, walk with his car. And then I had to run because traffic took off. So I had to run and get back in the car. And so then I remember we drive to this gig. It's like 6 hours. It was so long. And he's listening to fucking Motown, drinking Diet Cokes the whole way. I wanted to shoot myself in the fucking head. We get there. It's posters of me everywhere. Not one fucking iota that Keith's going to be there. He's mad. He's like, what? God damn it. Fucking Matt Frost. He goes, all right, you're headlining, player. He goes, I'm like, I go, all right. I don't give a fuck. I'm from Boston. I don't give a fuck. I've been following killers since I started doing this shit, right? Yeah. I was like, okay. He goes up and he steps on the gas. This bird money back. I mean, he's sweating. Fucking murders. And then he goes, give it up for them young blood, Robert Kelly. And I go up and I fucking crushed. They forgot. They were like, who's that other guy? I fucked him. I fucked the stool. I blew the stool. I ate the stool. I remember we get back. We get in the car. He fired Matt Frost. He fucking fired him on the phone. Left it on his voicemail. You motherfucker! Fuck this. He was so mad.
Oh, that's great. He fired him because there was no pictures of him?
He fired him because there was no pictures, and I fucking murdered. So he thought he was going to fucking just bury me, and it was going to teach me and Matt a valuable lesson. You have the headliner's photo, and they were like, yeah, no, his photo should have been up.
Where did you two meet?
I
Me
know.
and Bobby.
I don't think he remembers, but I know where.
I remember. Well, another bomb. I was walking off stage at Nick's.
You goddamn right it was. And I'll tell you, I didn't. Everybody. God damn it. I remember two people that I know now came to Boston, and both of them I wasn't impressed with at all. Colin Quinn, and I remember this little rat-faced fucking greasy ponytailed fucking something showed up.
Was.
Rich Voss.
Rat face.
He can't remember the back of his fucking wife beater was wet from his ponytail. Ugh.
That hair was something else.
He had a rat tail.
Mike, bring it up if you can bring up old Rich Voss. I don't know what you're doing. Are you playing Scrabble, you cocksucker?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Dealing with another person for you.
Oh, okay.
Look up. Look
Yeah.
up. Don't wait. Look up one of Hector Camacho's girlfriends in 1989. And I'm sure he'll have the same haircut and style as Voss.
I remember I come up and all these comics that I didn't really like at the time, you know, they were kind of, it's not that I just didn't get along. They were like the Harvard Square, the Catch a Rising Star. And they were like, oh my God, Colin Quinn's, he's the fucking, and I was like, whoa, who's Colin Quinn? All I knew was Don Gavin, Steve Sweeney, Kevin Knox, you know, the funniest guys on the fucking planet. And they're like, this guy. And so I remember what they used to do in Boston is when they would bring a headliner in from another, especially in New York, they would just stick Don Gavin, Sweeney, just in, there he is. Oh, fuck.
That is so awful.
Scared the shit out of me. I wanted to throw him a piece of cheese.
Look at those teeth.
Yeah.
So, all right, Mike, thanks. So anyways, all of a sudden Colin Quinn comes up. I'm like enamored. I'm like, he goes on stage. I mean, they fucking buried him, dude. They really buried him. And they kill. I mean, the place is shaking. Nick's Comedy Stop used to shake. That's when they were killing 500 people and the place would vibrate. And it was almost scary how bad it was. Colin goes up. Couple jokes. All right. Couple more. And then a couple more. He goes out. Well, I don't know what you want, folks. You want some dick jokes or something? I mean, this is what I got. I mean, if you want me to throw some dick jokes. And then I just remember 500 people getting up and leaving. And I remember the comics going, this is a shame. And I'm sitting there going, no, it's not. He fucking stunk. What the fuck? I remember arguing with some girl comic. That's Colin Quinn. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? I swear to God, I heard 500 people going. It was bad, man. It was bad. But the next night he came back in and he did. I think he did good the next night, right?
No, I don't remember, but I know that they buried me. They did that to me a couple of times, you know, at Nick's. I told you the famous one was a couple of years before that.
Yeah. Where
I went on, they buried me. They pulled the old bury. I go on. It's my first time in Boston. So I don't know. I'm not from Boston. So I see all these guys heckling me, but they're wearing Izod shirts, deck shoes, white pants, and they have like blonde hair and blonde eyebrows and red hair and freckles. So I'm not from Boston. I'm going, oh, these are some, you know, Kennedy, snobby, Hyannisport. These are like some waspy boat guys trying to fucking heckle me. Yeah. So I go, hey, fuck you.
Oh, no.
I go, yeah, because they look like these they have the pop collars. And, you know, I noticed a couple of them look pretty sturdy. Yeah. But I'm like, oh, they're just some private school assholes. So I'm going, fuck you. And they're going, fuck you. I go, fuck you, you cocksuckers. Massachusetts, kiss my ass. And they're going, what the fuck? You motherfucker. So they're starting to get up. So the fucking place explodes. The bouncers are over there. I'm like, look at these assholes. So Joe Yannetti is there. So he goes on stage, and then I started to get the idea. These guys are from South Boston. You know, the fucking 30 of them. And they just don't like what I'm saying, you know, because I'm arguing. So then Joe Yannetti goes, folks, I'm from East Eve. This is my friend. Now we're going to leave. And he has to fucking bring me in the kitchen, and we have to wait till the whole crowd clears out. that wasn't even the time with you. That was the time before that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they looked to me like, I didn't know that the fucking thugs dressed like,
Oh yeah, South Boston.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, and it was so segregated. Boston back then, Southie was Irish, East Boston was Italian and Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Where I lived, even in Medford, you had South Medford was Italian, North Medford was Irish, West Medford was whites, and the blacks had their section at Duggar Park. And it was all segregated, man. The whole thing. Yeah.
My knowledge of Boston ends at Goodwill Hunting.
Oh, yeah.
Boston's a great town, man.
I love Boston.
I love Boston.
Yeah, Boston's a fucking great town. But, it's not what it was back then. I mean, Charlestown. I remember I got mugged in Charlestown. I think I was fucking Max's age. The guy took 80 cents from me and my friend. I had to ask for a dime back so I could call my mom so we could get home.
Did he give it to you?
Yeah, he gave it to me.
I told you when I see that look I had in that video we showed before.
Yeah.
I was walking around like that in Charlestown, and this little 8-year-old girl goes to me like this. McQuiva. I go, what? She goes, McQuiva. She was saying MacGyver. Because I had that MacGyver haircut.
MacGyver.
Yeah.
Boston was no fucking joke, man. Boston, I used to get beat up a lot.
Yeah.
I used to get my fucking ass whooped. I remember one time, Medford and Somerville, which Somerville now it's Brooklyn. It's all hipsters. It's all woke. It's fucked. But back when I was growing up, if you were from Medford, you couldn't go to Somerville. You'd get your ass kicked. And I remember one day, there was just the tracks. And you step over the tracks, and you're in Somerville. And we stepped over, and there was these kids playing wiffle ball from Somerville. And we went over, and I was with Frankie, Mikey O, Mikey Dot, and Jake Eggs, right? And I was the youngest, and we went over, and I was like, fuck. I was always like, we're going to have to fucking fight, and I'm going to get my ass kicked. We're going to have to fucking hurt somebody, and I hated it. And I remember they started, hey, you guys want to play? And they started playing. But it was almost like the doppelgangers of us. There was there was a Bob Kelly from Somerville type of kid.
Yeah.
So he was like, hey, you want to go get some drinks for everybody? And they were like, yeah, you two go get drinks. So I remember we went and got drinks. We were talking. Me and him were getting along. It was fucking great. We had all these drinks. We had gum. We come back. And I just remember fucking, I think it was Mikey O, grabbed the kid's beatbox, this big, and he just threw it at the kid's head. And I remember it just hit the kids. You heard the music, and then it hit the kids. And then me and the kid looked at each other. And we just dropped the gum. We just started fucking out of each other. I was like, yeah, sorry, dude. What are you going to do?
Isn't it funny that our kids will never know that life?
I know. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he'll never. I remember being in 6th grade after school, climbing the church roof.
Yeah, we used to get half days on Wednesdays, and we used to go do graffiti everywhere.
Yeah, I remember being on the roof of the grocery store, the church, just climbing roofs and just running across and jumping onto a tree and climbing down. And I remember hanging on the train tracks. That's where you fucking hung out. Yeah. I remember. This is crazy. I don't know if you guys did this in New York. When I was a kid, in the winter, you mushed.
On the bus? Hold on? You
grab the bumper of a car, and that's how you got to where you were going. Like if I was going over to hang with somebody, I'd go to the end of the street, I'd wait for a car to slow down, I'd grab their bumper, and it would take me fucking 10 blocks down the street, and then I'd slide off into a fucking gutter, get up, wipe my pants off, and go see somebody.
We called it skidding.
Skidding?
Skidding.
Did you ever do that, Quinn?
No, but we used to when I was really little, we would do the bus thing from a Bronx Tale, where you jump in the back of the bus.
You just stand there.
Oh, yeah.
And go a few blocks in a bus.
Yeah, I remember we used to fucking mush every winter. That's how you got somewhere. And you'd almost die every time. Because they didn't know you were on the bumper. And then all of a sudden they'd start doing 60 down Main Street. And you'd have to go, all right, I got to go. I got to go. And you just smash your head into another Buick bumper. I remember that. I remember we used to do fucked up shit. I remember when at night, we used to go and we used to go to the end of the street. It was a one-way street, cars on both sides. Okay, it was only room for one car, so we would go down to the end, and we literally 10 of us would pick a car up and swing its front into the street. And then we'd run down the other end of the street and we'd wait for a car. And as soon as it went, we'd swing another car. So the person would be stuck in the street, but it was like 12 at night. So everybody was dead. So people would just come out and be like, how did my car get the fuck? But they couldn't really back it out because we lifted it. So the only way they had to wake up like 2 other people to move there. It was like a puzzle. We were just shit. What a shit generation. Now the generation, you say something wrong, the other kids will tell you what a piece of shit you are.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why I think getting a nice beating every once in a while taught you a little something.
Sure.
I think. Am I crazy?
I can see that.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mushy.
Nobody's giving my kid a bean.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, your kid's a big kid. Is your kid there?
No, he's inside. He's playing basketball.
No, Max is going to be a problem. I know that. Max came up to me the other day, and he's going to boxing. So he went like this. I put my hands up. He fucking jammed me right in the gut, right in my belly button hernia. And then he laughed his ass off when I went, oh! If that's not Boston, I don't know what the fuck is.
That's my daughter.
I love it.
That's my daughter. If my daughter's fighting with my son, I always tell him, just get away from each other. And the other day, I tell her, you know what to do. And I want her to go, just get away from it. She goes, punch him in the balls. I go, oh, that'll work too. He's 7.
Yeah, no, Mike, I really do. When Mike had a kid before I had a kid, and I remember I was watching him being a dad. I was like, I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
I can do this because he's a good dad. But I remember we were in the pool and his kid was getting a little crazy. And I remember he just turned and goes, Joey, knock it the fuck off. And I was like, all right, I get it. I can do this. I can do that. Oh, he's a great kid. He's a fucking great kid. All right, anyways, we're going to wrap this up. Listen, Colin.
Yes.
My number 1 and number 2 friends are here.
In what order?
That's right. And we tried to, we're going to end around on you.
What do you mean?
Last time I called it his show, we were thinking me and him would become friends, better friends than you and me and you and him. But then we realized we have nothing in common. He's like an outdoors kind of guy.
Yep. Who's an outdoors type of guy?
Calta.
Well, yeah, to get to his car.
But I'm saying he likes.
Oh, fuck, he doesn't know. He doesn't. He has a fucking driver. He has a Sprinter.
He likes hunting.
He doesn't hunt. He fucking gets somebody, drives him in a golf cart to a stand. He climbs 2 steps. He stands there, shoots something, and then another guy goes and gets it, cuts it up. He goes back to his couch. An outdoor guy. What are you?
I eat it.
You eat it. I got axes. Look at this. I got fucking, those are all tents. Those are tents. That's a cooking kit. That's a fishing rod. That's a fucking saw. He's not.
I got a whole room full of machine guns right on the other side of that wall.
You're fucking.
Oh, baby.
I'll show him your cocksucker thing. He's got.
What is it? Oh, I gotta take it. Hold on.
Oh, he got me. I tell you what. You want me to show you what he got me?
The monster.
He got me a shotgun.
Oh yeah.
He sent me a nice shotgun. We can't put. That's not it. Where is that, Matt? Mush, is that up somewhere? Whatever. I'll show you some other time. Oh, I showed you. No, you saw it. Anyways, Quinn, thank you so much.
Unlock it.
And
Love you guys.
oh, watch this. This is his secret gun thing. See the American flag? Cocksucker.
Well,
Watch. You try it. Just say cocksucker.
hold on.
Yeah, say cocksucker.
Cocksucker. Wow.
Yeah,
That shouldn't be the code. It should be a non-curse.
I change it up because whenever Bobby knows it, I have to change it.
It should be a word that those guys that nobody would ever use if they're holding a gun to your head.
Like what?
Please don't hurt me.
I don't know what's the name of that great pizza place in Tampa. I forget, but it's great. Great service. My favorite pizza.
Yeah, you're right. We have to say that you apologize to that guy, right?
Yeah, I did apologize.
Yeah.
Three Brothers Pizza.
Three Brothers Pizza. The pizza place that was giving pizza to fucking schools and kids and everything.
They were actually really nice guys.
All right, listen, Colin, thanks for coming on. He's got a new book coming out very soon. He's working on Colin Quinn. A bunch of you're on Netflix, all over the place. I mean, he's the godfather of New York comedy, one of the funniest guys walking the planet. And for some reason, everybody thinks he's one of the sexiest comics. I don't know what kind of weird Sean Connery weird shit that is, but I love you, buddy. Mike,
Love you, buddy.
you have anything to say to my number two?
Mike, I'm hoping to come. I'll be moving down here soon. Don't worry.
Yeah, we got plenty of room for you.
I'm ready to move.
Let's move down there and just get a nice afternoon radio show.
I love it.
All right.
Calm, relaxed. I love it.
Yes.
All right.
Mike, I love you. And all the Patreon people, thank you for being a part of this. Thanks for being a member. And we'll see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, same time, same place. And we might go a little long. And I just want to say one thing. We're going to be releasing a couple of these shows that we've already done off of Patreon onto the YouTube page and Calta TV, because we want to get more people to be able to see what we're doing here and to promote it. You guys always get it first. It will always be up here. Not all of them, just some of them, because you guys are actually joined and you're paying and you're part of this, which I can't thank you enough. So, and if you have a problem with that, take it up with the management. There's an email, managementpatreon.com/Robert Kelly.
Colin's rich, right? He doesn't have to worry about the.
Nah, he's not rich. He's a thousandaire. He's a legitimate thousandaire. But Mike makes $14 million a year. Mushy Mike. Mushy Mike, thank you for doing this once again. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks so much.
Good night, guys.
Bye, guys.
They're number one best friends, almost 1,000 pounds of funny. They're here to entertain you, not because Bobby needs the money. In this place you'll laugh right down from your belly. So get in here, you half a queer. It's time for Calta and Kelly.
Most child molesters love them.